Hi, and thanks for joining us for this free YouTube version of our health and safety training course, which is also available in full with certificates over at safety.com. If you find our content useful here in this format on YouTube, please hit that like button and leave us a comment if you like. Let us know what you found useful. By doing that, you'll help more people discover our channel here, and not only that, it will encourage us to upload even more free resources just like this here on our YouTube channel. So thanks a million in advance for that. Okay, let's waste no more time. We're ready to get started with our health and safety training.